So take out the 8mm, get some establishing shots, and I'll record the narration.
Yes.
After many failed attempts, we received a response from one of our 200 letters that we sent to leads around America. The man was a soldier from 1959 to 1967. During this time, he was stationed at several key places relevant to our investigation. We have traveled to America to verify his credentials and hear, in his own words, what he saw. Johnson?
Chief Warrant Officer Edward Johnson, United States Army.
I'm Thomas Penn, and it's a pleasure to meet you. This is my colleague Jean-Michel Durand.
Nice to meet you.
On behalf of Construct Pictures, we'd like to thank you for agreeing to meet with us.
You're welcome, I guess. Come on in.
Right. All right. I'm just going to consult the El Listo. Little levity to break the awkwardness.
Try to relax.
Nothing breaks awkwardness like acknowledging awkwardness, right? Okay, let's see. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I don't really have much of a backstory. I grew up watching John Wayne movies, reading Sergeant Brock comic books. By the time of the Gulf Tonkin incident, I was primed and ready for war. I signed up. By the time I got to Nam, it was hot and heavy. It only took me a few months to get tired of killing people who were being paid to kill me. And I didn't even know who was paying them. I wasn't getting paid enough to kill them. So I signed up for warrant officer school. I decided I might as well fly around the whirlybirds, have a little fun. At least I wouldn't be the one pulling the trigger. So, I graduated from warrant officer school in '62, and I was running missions out of Cambodia and Saigon for the next 18 months. Well, that got really boring too. And I ended up applying for some positions in some other government organizations.
Other government organizations?
Government organizations that don't have names. They're just other government organizations. Anyway, wasn't long after that I received orders to come to the Pentagon for a briefing. I was told I had the right psychological disposition for a security team. Well, next morning they flew us out of D.C. to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
You mean base PR3?
The very same. I guess I'm not the only one that's heard of it. So, after arriving in Albuquerque, went to the base, got on an elevator, went way down below the surface, then got on a train. The train took us many, many miles. By the time we arrived at the laboratory, they told us we were somewhere underneath Denver.
The base has an underground train?
And as far as I could tell, it could access just about any city in the U.S. Anyway, got to the laboratory, and let me tell you, it was some real Star Trek shit. Computers, lights, lasers, all kinds of stuff. I guess you boys have probably heard of Area 51, Roswell, all that supposed alien shit. reverse engineering. Well, in this laboratory, they were doing some reverse engineering. So, in the laboratory was all the intelligentsia from every religion and every science and every government organization.
What agencies were represented?
Every goddamn agency. They were doing some kind of experiment on this young lady. They had her blindfolded, some kind of device around the top of her head. In fact, she looked a little bit like Lady Liberty. Robes, crown, blindfold. Anyway, they ushered her into the chamber. She was real calm, must have been drugged. Shut the doors on it like some kind of big oven. And all of a sudden there was a bright flash. Blinded me for a second. Then the doors opened. All of a sudden there was two girls. The same. Only they were crazy now. Not drugged up anymore.
Wait. You mean cloning?
Cloning. There was one person, and then there was two. Of the same person. And like I said, she went crazy, started attacking the doctors. That's all I could do. I grabbed one and then drug her over to the other and had them subdued on the ground. I didn't know what to do. So there I was, struggling with these two crazy screaming girls, clawing at my face, clawing at their own faces, and somehow I get them both back into the chamber, and they slam it shut. Next thing I know, that light goes off, and boy, the only way I can explain it is we got scanned. I mean, my whole spirit, my soul got scanned. I didn't even know I had a soul until it got scanned, and every memory and every feeling and everything I'd ever been through, I could see that it would just all open and being read by this computer. So the lights come back on, and I've only got one girl now. And I turn around, there's another one of me. Only he's getting finished from the top down, and I look down and I'm getting finished from the top up. And all of a sudden we're looking at each other. And we both agree not to go crazy like that girl did. Next thing I know, the doors are opening. And other government organization has arrived, and they've taken over jurisdiction. Well, they whisked us off, debriefed, discharged, released back into the wild. And after that, it all gets a little bit hazy. In fact, one army doctor told me it was all a result of malaria pills they had us taking in Vietnam. So I can't be sure of nothing anymore. Except I tell you what, sometimes I can't help feeling he's still out there, doing something. Or I'm still out there, and somebody's here talking to you. I don't know who they are.